Welcome to the show Food for Life, and I'm your host Dr. Saxena. And today we'll be talking about something called toxicity in the city. And this has been as a kind of work which we started on. Uh, we believed they need some kind of awareness among masses. What exactly we are talking about this toxicity, and I'll start with my one of few things what we started doing early on. We had some. We picked up. I'm basically a clinician, and I research. My most of my time goes into my clinics, and still we are able to find out some kind of uh, areas of interest where we just thought it will be highly it will is going to change the kind of scenario. And when we deal with such patients with high numbers, all this chronic people suffering with the chronic diseases. In our first kind of study, what we picked up was there was a 19 people facing health problems, health problems. Usually, diabetes, chronic hypertension, and cancers were included. And my region of interest was purely on trying to know what is the reason behind this increase in numbers of chronic diseases, and association of heavy metals or organic pollutants or kind of fertilizers and all. Are these particular chemicals are being the culprit causing the. So we picked up patients hair and nail samples, and we collected blood as well in and around 19 patients from Hyderabad. And apart from just, it's not just picking up the samples, we got something of other samples also. This was patients, what the patient is taking as water, the kind of water, potable water, the water they consume. We asked the patients to get that water also. And apart from that, we picked up 4 soil samples. There was a geographic someone was we divided 4 geographical locations, and 4 soil samples were taken. And we did 5 samples of rice and pulses grown in that areas, rice and what the people are consuming. And we happened to take something of a fish sample as well. We started looking at blood, hair, and nail samples were tested for. Needless to say, it is for mercury and lead and cadmium. And we tested water and soil were tested for mercury and other heavy metals like lead, cadmium, chromium, as well as arsenic. Water, we were checking water for this hardness, number one, and the other thing we picked up was TDS content in the water, apart from the heavy metal content. Cereal samples were also analyzed for the heavy metals. Fish sample particularly was analyzed for the methyl mercury. What we found in the venous blood samples is the mercury was found in blood samples of men between most of the men as well as women, and it ranged from 26.2 parts per billion to something. And the hair content also was less than 6 parts per million. And when we looked at the some other things, when we from the venous blood to we looked into hair content we picked up of a range, basically something between the average was around 7 parts per million. And most of these patients were were diabetic, and they were complaining of burning sensation in the abdomen, thighs, tingling sensation in the legs and all. And they used to have on and off this muscle spasms and joint pains. Um, there were a few set of patients who had vertigo, dizziness, they had headache, they have pain in the limbs and reduced vision, and they all had high levels of mercury in the air. The interesting part which we picked up in water sample was it was around 26 times the desirable limit which was set up by the BIS standards. BIS is Bureau of Indian Standards, and to our surprise, we were able to get filtered water had 389 parts per million hardness and and 40 ppm of calcium. Most of the filtered water, and I'm not going to. I'll just give you an idea of what is the unfiltered water had. It was more than 1200 parts per million hardness. So the kind of exposure to hard water was why we looked into is this exposure to hard water causes something called eczema and all, skin disease, and that's the reason we looked into all that stuff. Um, we got something about arsenic, which I thought, let me share this particular thing. Arsenic is when we picked up this one, the permissible limit of arsenic, which was being set by the government of India, is in the food items is 1.1 parts per million, and most of the samples what we had picked up were less than 1.1 ppm. It was not into that range at all. Most of them were quite below less than 1, and it was maximum arsenic of about 0.173 parts per million was found in the rice. What makes me trying to put across is, yes, we had something of a magnitude of a problem where you have people eat this kind of rice, this much of rice, and the cumulative toxicity is much higher, and it is not so this addition of 0.17 parts per million into n number of things, it's going to accumulate more. So this is we thought it is a important particular thing, and we were looking into some chronic medical problems, and the chronic medical problems were like high incidence of skin discoloration. You people had muscular spasms, you have got knee joint pains, you have got reduced vision, burning sensation in the limb, very hallmark of every person who was suffering with this particular thing. And apart from that, you had some menstrual irregularity and muscular weakness and among female population. So with this sort of this one, we were able to understand कि yes, this is a particular what I can say, it's a reason to we just can't get away from this toxicity. We need to understand why this particular heavy metals or some chemicals which are there in the kind of food, air and water is causing us. I'll just give an example of mercury pollution, which is in rampant in India. We will take a case study of Kodaikanal mercury pollution, and this in Kodaikanal there is a mercury contamination which was originating from a thermometer making factory, and the kind of study determined total mercury and methyl mercury in water. Sediment and fish samples were compared with the two lakes. There is a two lakes in Kodaikanal, which is called Kukkal, and another one is Barijam, and they just checked their kind of mercury levels. Ambient levels of mercury in air was 1.32 per cubic meter, which was found immediately outside the factory premises. Outside the premises of the factory, the mercury level in the lichen and moss were 7.9 per kg and 8.3 milligrams per kg respectively. Quite high mercury getting into that lichen as well as mercury vapor, once released into the air, is known to travel long distance, and this is one of the things which we believe it's the cause of that widespread contamination. Kodai sediment show there is a big kind of stuff, and I don't want to go into much into this particular thing. I'll just tell you the analysis of water, sediment, and fish samples from the lake from the tourist resort of Kodaikanal showed elevated levels of mercury even 4 years after the stoppage of mercury emissions from the thermometer factory. This thermometry factory, which was a glass factory, operated for 18 years and was closed down subsequently in 2001. But still, the after effects of that are still lingering on and on. Uh, Without understanding this heavy metal contamination, what are the environmental disasters, we need